Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for logging in. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. And if you saw our recent post on Instagram, we just recently got a guy out of jail. We used the Patreon account to fund bail for low-end people, not low-end people, but low-end bail. Somebody who has doesn't have the means to get out of jail, but they're going to be held in jail for something really stupid. And so Moses, I'm not going to tell you his last name because I'm not going to disclose who these people are, but young guy, they sent the criminal complaint to the wrong address. He gets a warrant. And so he had $1,000 bail, and so we posted the bond for him. He's out, and we're doing a good deed. So if you're a Patreon member, that's what your money's going towards, and we're very happy to do some good work. And we don't keep any of that money. That goes right to the client. So, and actually, I'm not even representing the guy. So this is just some good we're doing for people who have they're otherwise public defender eligible. They're indigent people, and they don't need to sit in jail for something so minuscule. So, and there's a thing called a Freedom Fund. They do the same thing, except for we're just making sure we're just kind of doing that same type of thing, getting people out on low bail where they really shouldn't have any bail anyway. So, so keep up the good work, and thank you to our Patreon subscribers for doing that. Today we're reacting to young Dolph's accused killer, a guy by the name of Justin Johnson. And the new details have surfaced about, according to Memphis Police Department and the U.S. Marshal Service, new details have surfaced about Justin Johnson, the man who's wanted for allegedly shooting and killing rapper young Dolph at a bakery in Memphis on November 17th. Now, if you remember, we did a reaction to this initially, and young Dolph, had turned his life into something more positive. He was a member of the community and giving back, and he was just gunned down senselessly, right? The Memphis Police Department, though, has issued a first-degree murder warrant for Johnson on Wednesday. So this is just a couple days ago. And he has a history of violence and alleged by a Memphis rapper known as Straight Drop. Remember what I said about cameras all over the city? They start at one particular location, and then they branch out. Most cities have cameras all over the place, right? And so surveillance video released by police appears to show two suspects on the scene of the shooting, but no information has been released by Memphis Police Department regarding the identity of the second suspect. Johnson, who has a history of violence according to court records, is wanted by police in connection with a number of alleged charges, including first-degree murder, criminal attempted first-degree murder, and property theft, and Memphis Police Department said on last Wednesday. So the Marshal Service and the MPD, Memphis Police Department, is looking for him, and there's a current warrant out for his arrest. Don't know if he is on the run. I suspect he kind of is. And here's the thing. When you know you have a warrant pending, the longer you're out, the more that absence or your knowledge of the warrant and you going on the run hurts you. Because if you have any kind of defense, the prosecution can use your running as consciousness of guilt. In other words, you wouldn't be running if you were innocent, right? And so that taking off can really hurt you in a criminal case. Not to mention the fact that if you go on the run, especially if you have a history of violence and this is a murder case, guess what? If you're strapped, they aren't going to fuck around with you. They are not going to mess around with you at all. And they'll shoot first and they'll ask questions later. It all can go down very badly for you if you don't turn yourself in. I had a client who had a very serious murder case, and he wasn't on the run, but he called me up and said, "Hey, I got this situation. What do I do?" I said, "We'll arrange to turn yourself in ASAP," and we did, and then we wound up winning his case. And he listened to me. He did everything I told him to do, and we beat the case. So it can go down very, very badly if you wind up having a confrontation with the police with this kind of situation, because it is a very high-risk felony warrant situation, and if they think you're armed, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt of being peaceful. So, that being said, so that is what's going on with the MPD. So you remember what one of my credos is here on CLR? Stop self-snitching, right? So we are going to react to Justin Johnson's video that he put out 5 days after young Dolph was killed. And so this is Stepped On by Straight Drop featuring Big Homie G. So let's get into this and see if we can find some self-snitching.
Whoa. You big G, nigga. Drop the beats. Y'all already know we coming out to talk this shit, you know what I'm saying? Straight off, talk, let go. We still on niggas, bitches.
So we see, trappings of wealth. We have ice on the teeth. We've got,
They trying to rape the kids. I just missed my Delta flight cause I was high, one smoking me. Niggas ain't never bucking me cause I got switches for these kids.
So he says, they ain't never bucking me because I got switches for these kids. Now, you know what a switch is, right? It's something you put on a Glock to make it fully auto, right? So right away, we're into violence with guns and being proud of it.
I'm playing to play with me and see I stand on biz. I done got a nigga whack before and jack before his bow. I can't make this up, I ain't.
He says I got them whacked and then jacked them for their bow, which means I killed him and took his fucking drugs. So we've got the switch, we've got whacking, and we've got robbing. I mean, so let's not think that this guy should have some place to go for Thanksgiving.
Whack before and jack before his bow. I can't make this up, I ain't that good when I'm in the studio. I just took.
So one of the things I don't understand the short-sightedness of some of the gang stuff. I understand, wealth, but some of this stuff just seems so short-sighted to me. Remember when I tell you guys that you should be building all the time? You should be building a future, but something that lasts. If you are just all about the bling and you spend all your money on cars, guess what? And you're going to see in this video, there's all kinds of cars and good-looking cars. But guess what? Cars are a depreciating asset. They are worth far less when you take them off the lot. That's why I never buy a brand new car, because you immediately lose money.
Dub the journey for to take these out, go and get some more. There's another dub that's farther to get them.
And then here's the other thing. So you're walking around with a big brick of cash, right? Tell me that the tax man wouldn't love to see that, and see all this wealth. Okay, let's see here, Mr. Johnson. We have a Hummer. We have 2 Escalades, and you haven't paid taxes in how long? Okay, no taxes. And and we have a brick of cash. Okay, so it wouldn't be hard. I don't know what his tax situation is. I'll admit that, but just having this display, and it can really wind up being another variety of self-snitching.
Don't come around that way if you ain't on no gangster shit. When you don't mess up on no missions, I'll be on some blanket shit. Louis bag, stuff with cash, I can fill a bank with it.
I could fill a bank with this.
This shit get smoking, quick to put you in a twist. All my niggas around me getting money, we all have emotion. You can't book me up, my chopper can't get in, fuck your promotion.
He says, you can't book me if my chopper can't get in, fuck your promotion. In other words, what he's saying is, if I can't bring my gun in, fuck you. But here's the thing. You think he's eligible to possess a firearm, given what his violent history is? Probably not. And the good thing about the video, though, from that standpoint, is that I don't believe there's any guns in the video. They just talk about guns.
Shoot you like I'm Kobe, me and Big G in the store.
223, shoot you like I'm Kobe. He must be accurate. But, again, he's probably not eligible to possess a firearm.
Better put a nigga ass on the shelf and I ain't talking trophy. I done stepped on so many niggas, you my own shame, my own.
So this is like really disrespectful to, I guess, other people. It's just callous in the sense, you know, I stepped on so many fellas. I should have my own shoes. Basically, that he should have his own shoe line. So again, with the murderous aspect, you're either going to be in the grave or on the news, and he's on the news. He is on the news because he's got a felony first-degree murder warrant by the U.S. Marshal and the state of Tennessee. So, which also means if he flees to another state, you get a governor's warrant, and you know it's 50 statewide. So they'll be able to reach out and touch him very soon. It seems like. And here's the thing, with all this flamboyance, he's talking about living lavish, right? If you're loud like this and you're on the run, guess what? It's not hard to find you. I mean, regardless of the warrant. Living like this calls attention to the cops, because guess what cops do? They fucking profile, and he fits the profile of somebody that the cops would probably want to stop for a variety of reasons. Unjustly so, maybe, but now that he's got this warrant, he shouldn't be so loud. But keep in mind, this came out 5 days after young Dolph was murdered.
In the grave on the news. Check the score, we up again. Ain't no way that we can lose.
Check the score, we up again. There ain't no way we can lose. It's just short-sighted.
Yeah, this chopper I told knock down the bird. Nigga always talking like they gangster, but won't touch her on me. Once this fully get the kicking, you gon' think of snow on me. I can't go out just to kick it, know they gotta pay for G's. Gator dropped the drop, he dropped them, now his shit all on the street.
He dropped the drop, now his shit is on the street. It is a straight up gangsta, and you know, just total murderous. You know, he's talking about robbing, killing. Why don't we sing about flowers? No, just kidding.
Triple cross, I got him lost, that's what he get for playing with me. And I know niggas really wish they can shake the hands of me. But I don't squash it when it's up, you know that shit be staying with me. Stay about that action, I'm living dangerous and lavish. You get deep up in that water, quick to flat your ass like Patrick. Don't diss me up in no song, just keep me up out in traffic.
So he just don't diss me in no song, just catch me up in traffic. You know, he's like challenging. It's like a challenge to his ops. Is really what it sounds like. I don't think he's got millions on the way. I don't think, not with a first-degree murder warrant out. I don't think he's got millions on the way. I think he's blowing his millions or whatever he has.
Got what it take. I can't wait up on nobody. Gotta get this shit today. Slime life, I run with snakes. Take your shit, Glock to the face. You would.
Slime life, I run with the snakes. That's a reference to Bloods.
Think I signed with OVO the way I keep that Drake. Hey, let go. Straight drop, no cut, nigga. Whole lot of gang shit, you know what the fuck going on. G, what poppin'? Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. Drake switches. Carbon, gloss, whatever.
So that was Stepped On with Straight Drop featuring Big Homie G. So Justin Johnson has a warrant out for his arrest. He's the chief number one suspect in young Dolph's murder. And we'll see what happens. We'll follow this as it goes. And right now, as far as I know, he's on the run. And we'll see if he turns himself in. Now it's, if I know about it, he's got to know about it. So this has been Bruce Rivers with Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like this video, and sign up for Patreon. We're doing some really fun work there, and it's really fun to do a good deed for somebody without expecting anything in return. So, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.